He is banned in Ohio from operating a home improvement business. But as ABC6 has learned, he's back. New company name, same old tricks. Tonight we're on your side and getting answers. Investigator Tom Susi literally runs down the brothers behind this shady outfit.
Meet Richard Hatfield.
You got the wrong guy.
I don't got the wrong guy. I gotta talk to you, sir. Come here. And Richard's big brother, Jimmy. Jimmy Hatfield, come here. Jimmy, what's going on here? What's going on?
Comment.
It seems history is repeating itself. That's what's going on. In 2010, the Ohio State Attorney General's office sued Richard Hatfield and his business Hometown Improvement. Here's a copy of that suit. The allegation, shoddy workmanship and pocketing large down payments for jobs Hatfield's company either didn't start or finish. Hatfield was ordered to close Hometown Improvement and pay restitution to former customers. As part of this deal, he was banned from running home improvement businesses in Ohio until he settled that debt. For the record, Hatfield still owes thousands in restitution. The Attorney General's ban, though, hasn't stopped Hatfield from doing business.
Sir, I got a lot of questions for you.
Hatfield owns Be Improve It, also known as Be Improving. These former customers tell me Hatfield's company stung them big time.
Our windows were very old, letting in air.
Bonnie McIntyre hired Hatfield's company to install all new windows.
Should go all the way up.
The 82-year-old widow took out a loan for nearly $10,000.
They drove me to their own bank.
Richard Hatfield says Bonnie was behind the wheel. Bonnie says it took Hatfield's company months to install half the windows and this patio door. When she complained and told Jimmy Hatfield she didn't trust the brothers and wanted some of her money back, take a look. Bonnie says those windows the Hatfields never installed were stacked on her back porch.
This was going to be my daughter's room over here.
Pam Perez says she paid the Hatfields $3,200 down to build 2 bedrooms. That was months ago. To date, all that's been done is some framing.
Pathetic.
Describing perfectly what happened next when I found Richard Hatfield on the job. Mr. Hatfield, I got a lot of questions for you, sir. Hatfield hightailed it to his pickup truck and drove off. Later that day, he agreed to talk with me.
I've never seen this before, ever.
He's not being totally upfront either. Hatfield told me he doesn't own the business. His brother Jimmy does.
You don't run the company?
No, sir.
Well, it's in your name still.
Well, it shouldn't be.
Well, it is.
Well, I sold it to him over a year ago.
I checked with the Ohio Secretary of State's office. There's no record of that transaction. Plus, Richard Hatfield, at the time of this investigation, was the owner of record.
What do you do? I mean, what's your job?
Go get shingles, drop off shingles mainly.
You're a gopher?
Correct.
I asked Hatfield about this flyer making its rounds throughout Central Ohio. It claims Hatfield's company is licensed, bonded, and insured. I checked with the city's Department of Building and Zoning Services, which licenses all home improvement type businesses. It has no record of Richard and Jimmy Hatfield or any of their companies. This flyer also claims Hatfield's company was featured on ABC6 News. That is true.
They have $5,040 of mine to get started on the work and have not started on my work.
4 years ago, we put Richard Hatfield on TV for failing to build this woman's sun porch.
I've never seen that before.
It's your flyer.
No, it's not.
Hatfield told me if I had any more questions about this company, I needed to talk with his brother, Jimmy. I tried twice.
It's him, isn't it?
I think it is.
I think it is too.
On this day, Jimmy Hatfield spotted us and rode off on his bicycle.
He went down another alley.
That's what I was afraid of.
According to Ohio Bureau of Motor Vehicles, Hatfield hasn't had a valid driver's license since March of 2009. He doesn't even own a vehicle. But Richard Hatfield swears his brother runs the company. Days later, we camped outside Jimmy Hatfield's apartment.
He's walking up to us.
Watch what happens when he sees us.
He sees the car. Drew, go.
Jimmy Hatfield, come here. Jimmy, what's going on here? What's going on?
No comment.
No, you gotta tell me what's going on,
No
sir.
comment. I'm going to follow her.
Tell me what's going on. While the Hatfields duck us and their customers, Bonnie McIntyre is stuck with these windows and a loan that won't be paid off until she's 87 years old.
I know that there are people out there that will take your money, especially older people, and not do the work. I'm aware of that, but I trusted them.
Now we got Bonnie help. That story tomorrow. One more thing, the Ohio State Attorney General's office, as you might expect, very interested in this investigation. We'll be talking to them real soon.
Yeah, that's what losers like this count on, is that people will trust them. They've got that act down, generally.
Oh, absolutely. They go into neighborhoods with flyers, and people hire them, and then these guys hire a bunch of subcontractors, and you see what happens.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you are throwing a flyer out there and you're trying to say you've been on local TV, you want to make sure it's not because of shoddy work and
be careful.
Posing people, yeah.
And remember, I do wear track shoes.
Apparently, you move like a cat.
A jaguar.
That's right.
All right, I can't wait to hear how she gets help.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Tom.
Thanks,
Great
Tom.
story.
ABC 6 is on your side. Last night at 11, we exposed a couple of characters who were running a fly-by-night home improvement business here in Central Ohio. We showed how they took thousands of dollars from an 82-year-old widow for a window job they never finished. Well, tonight, ABC 6 investigator Tom Soucy is back to show you how one of the good guys stepped in to save the day.
That's good right there.
Much better windows.
Bonnie McIntyre has brand new windows in her home, and she couldn't be happier.
They're beautiful.
But before we go forward, Mr. Hatfield, I got a lot of questions for you, sir. Let's first go backward.
You don't know Bonnie McIntyre?
No.
The window job?
Come on.
Last spring, Bonnie hired B Improving to install all new windows in her home.
Our windows were very old, letting in air.
She wound up taking out a loan for nearly 10 grand to get the job done. Bonnie says Richard and Jimmy Hatfield, the brothers who run this business, even helped get her financed.
They drove me to their own bank.
Bonnie tells me it took B Improving months to install half her windows. When she complained to the Hatfields that she didn't trust them and wanted some of her money back, here's what happened. The rest of Bonnie's windows were stacked up on her back porch. This 82-year-old widow needed help. We got her some.
This is the last one, yes sir.
Rosati Windows put in all new ones free of charge. Owner Mike Rosati says B Improving left behind a big mess.
The work was awful. I mean, there's no other word than awful. It just was not done properly. It looked like something a 2-year-old had done.
Bonnie still faces a loan that won't be paid off for another 5 years, but she has all new windows put in by a company that takes care of its customers.
He's a wonderful guy. It was very nice of him to do that.
We can't help everybody. I can't help everybody, but this woman just kind of struck my heart. I mean, there was something about her that I had to take care of her.
Mike Rosati did a good thing.
So good to see, it really is.
Yeah, last night we ran the story. It felt so badly for Rosie, you know, and you know, 5 more years on a loan. She was counting on that anyway, but to not have the windows, boy. Yeah.
Not only that, but the work that they did do was substandard and shoddy at best. So Rosati came in, put the windows in, redid some of the work, and everything's good for her.
All right, great. Yay, Rosati Windows.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you, Tom.
You're welcome.